I've had a problem with finding bodysuits in the store lately, especially like ones that kind of have like a full seat. They aren't made for, they aren't thong-like, you know, they're like full seat bodysuits. I haven't been able to find them. I don't see them in stores like I used to. With certain garments, I do like for my tops to be tucked in, but not if it's something that loose and kind of bunches up as I move and as I walk. That kind of gets irritating and it looks really nasty in the back. So I prefer to have like a bodysuit. That way I know it stays like nice and neat and tucked in the whole time. So since these weren't readily available to me in the store, I decided to just make my own. Now, I saw some DIY and do-it-yourself where you take a pair of panties and a top and you can make it yourself. And I think I'm going to try that approach, but I didn't want to do that this time because I really needed this bodysuit for a special occasion. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I'm Tequila B with TruLuv Designz, and I discuss and love everything sewing, fashion, and DIY. So let me tell you which pattern I chose to make my bodysuit. So this pattern is the Skipper dress and bodysuit. It is a charm pattern by Gertie Hirsch, and here's a picture. Now this pattern can also be made into a dress, and we'll get more into that. Okay. Let me start out by telling you about the sizing for this pattern. It is women's US sizes 2 to 20 and cup sizes A through H. I've said it before that this is one of the reasons why I really love Gertie's patterns, because she already has the cup sizes figured in for you. So you may or may not still have to do a small or large bust adjustment. For me, I found that I do not have to do them. For this Skipper bodysuit, it is designed to fit with 1 3/4 inch of negative ease to 1/2 inch of positive ease in the bust. 1 1/2 to 2 inches of positive ease in the waist, and 1.5 inches of positive ease in the hips. So the Skipper top is made using knit fabric. So let me go ahead and tell you about the materials and the notions. You will need a knit fabric, thread to match of course, 1 yard 3/8 inch wide elastic for the puff sleeve option, 2 yards 3/8 inch wide elastic for the bodysuit option, which is for the leg openings. Then you also need stretch or jersey sewing machine needles and 1/8 of a yard of snap tape for bodysuit snap closures. And we will talk about that as well. Okay. She does suggest that you measure your trunk for this pattern to decide if you need to do a length adjustment, and I did not do that. Now, it's not a big deal with the pattern, but I can see where I probably could have stood to adjust the length of this bodysuit. So keeping that in mind, I will do that next time. Now, this pattern is inspired by Barbie's little sister, Skipper. Like I said before, you can make this as a bodysuit or a dress. The Skipper bodysuit offers a wide scoop neckline and the option of elasticized puff sleeves or simply just cap sleeves. With the dress option, you can do a straight skirt. The bodysuit option has a full coverage bottom with a snap closure at the crotch. Let me show you my make. Okay. So I used this white stretchy knit. I'm not sure exactly what it is. It did come from a Walmart bundle, but it has like amazing stretch, very good stretch. Now, this is one of the problems I had when I tried to make this bodysuit before. I tried to make this bodysuit like a year ago, okay? And the fabric was just so stretchy, like every size I made was just too big. Now, I do go by Gertie's measurements on her measurement charts, but I have found that even then I have to downsize like 2 sizes. So where the pattern says that I should be sewing anywhere between a size 8 to 10, I've sewn a size 4 in previous garments. In this one as well, I also sewed a size 4. Now here are the cap sleeves for this pattern. There is no neckband for this pattern. You simply fold it over and do a stretch stitch, which I was quite okay with. Now, the neckline of this is a scoop neck, but for me, It is kind of wide and I kind of have to fix it on my shoulders, you know, here and there. But if you have that same problem, or you like for your neckline to be just a little more up on your shoulders, I would suggest just adjusting your pattern piece for your front and back bodice, just bringing it in a little bit so you'll have more fabric up on your shoulders. Now here's a look at the leg openings. I did use a very thin piece of elastic for my leg openings, and this pattern was sewed using a 2.5 by 2.5 stretch stitch in this pattern, and it came out very nicely, which is why in my knits now I tend to make my length and width 2.5. So let's talk about the snap openings for this bodysuit, okay? Y'all don't laugh, okay? Well, you can laugh, it doesn't matter. So I purchased 2 different pieces of snap tape, and my problem was that like some of it was spaced too wide, and I don't really know how I like the snap tape, and maybe I need to try some snap tape with different spacing. But for me, there was just something a bit off about the snap tape. Now this is the snap tape that I used. I purchased it from Amazon, and I will leave a link to both snap tapes that I used in the description. But this is the one I used, and it is grouped in 3. So on your snap tape, there's like a group of 3, then there's some spacing, then another group of 3. And same thing on the matching piece. So this is how my snap tape turned out. Here's that. And then here's this. Now, here's the back of where I sewed my snap tape, and then the other side. So you may be like, that looks really wonky, and yep, it does. It's not the neatest, but no one's gonna see that, so I really don't care. I was just more interested in getting the snap tape in. This was my first time using the snap tape, so next time I'll do it, you know, the manual way and just put my own snaps in. This is the Skipper bodysuit. I absolutely love it, and I will make more. Like I said, next time I will just put my own snaps in. Do you really want to see how this looks? Okay, one moment. Okay, so here's the bodysuit, and here's a close-up of those cap sleeves and the neckline. Scoop neck, and it just hangs just a little bit further than I prefer. I prefer maybe like an inch more up on my shoulders. And this is the back, and it does have a full seat, which is what I prefer. So again, I really love the fit and the look of this bodysuit, and if you're in the market for a well-fitting bodysuit, or even just a top, you could cut off the panty part of the bodysuit and just make it into a top. So if you're feeling froggy, go ahead and take that leap and pick up the Skipper bodysuit in Dress Pattern by Gertie and make you one. I guarantee you'll love it. If you haven't already and you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button below and hit subscribe so you can enjoy more sewing content like this. Until next time, see it, make it, slay it.